Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Thank you for coming by. Everybody in the chat, what's up, Scream Engine? Thanks for everything, bro. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Tim. Everybody is showing up for the post Dallas show. Aussie is here. No memes. The action figure guy is here. Woo Riders, first to show up. Thanks everybody for coming by. Hopefully, I got everybody. Oh, Operation Shutdown and Renee Andrews. Thank you for coming by. It is the post Dallas. I've got quite a few updates for everybody. And first off, I have been debunked. I am glad of it because the truth is what I'm after. And the non human report that I did the other day was in error. I admit. I jumped the gun. I wanted it to be aliens. It wasn't aliens. It was humans. There are two conditions brought to my attention by two of the people here. And one of them is our very own Monty. And he showed me Williams syndrome. And I'm going to read it out because it is pertinent because things get misidentified. It's better to be wrong and learn from it than to be wrong and stay wrong and preach wrong. So I'm going to show this. This is from the Google search from it. I'm going to read the pertinent parts. Okay. Williams syndrome is a rare genetic disorder that affects multiple parts of the body, including the heart, blood vessels, and brain. It's characterized by distinctive facial features, mild to moderate intellectual disability, unique personality traits, and cardiovascular problems. The condition is caused by a deletion of genes on chromosome 7. Now, this is not something that can be controlled. It's a birth defect. It is a conception defect. It happens. Well, let me just read along. Key features, facial features. Individuals with Williams syndrome often have a broad forehead, check. Puffiness around the eyes, check. Flat nasal bridge, check. Full cheeks, check. Small chin, giving them an elfin-like appearance, check. Debunked, not an alien hybrid. Okay. And the genetic basis is Williams syndrome is typically caused by a random deletion of genes on chromosome 7, usually occurring spontaneously during egg or sperm formation, not inbreeding. Okay. And also, it is random, and there are plenty of pictures to show this. The other one is PMO, prosopometamorphosia. I can't read that word. I'm sorry. It's one of them big, long British or Greek words. And is a PMO is a rare. This was brought to my attention by another YouTuber. I have to go see the comments to shout him out. Is a rare neurological disorder where people perceive faces. Oh no, this is not it. Where people perceive faces. Okay, no, sorry. I'll still shout you out, but this is a perception of the viewer, not the way the person's body is. So it is Williams syndrome for sure. Debunked. Being wrong is how I get to being right. Thank you. Shout out Monty. Let me find the other one. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. I'm going to find the other person who alerted me to the PMO where they see demon face. People see demon faces, but it is not actually demon faces. Moody Mongol. The description you give, Nathan, the kid's face sounds similar to PMO, also known as demon face syndrome. Not saying that's what it is. Look up some pictures of it. Yeah, it's the perception of the viewer. That's the perception of the viewer. If I read that right. It's not the way the person's face actually looks. It's how the viewer. Hey, Medi. Hello, Medi. Well, thank you. I was wrong, and I'm going to say it's much more likely a birth defect, a conception defect, a genetic thing, rather than a hybrid. Though I have seen people talk about hybrids looking like this. This was not one of those. Okay. Those pings that I was catching could have come from anywhere. It could have come from other humans, but that's what it happened. That's what happens. Hey, Rachel, welcome back to the show. And Medi, thank you for saying that. I appreciate you do saying that. Right. I am willing to admit it because being wrong is how I get to right. And I want to be right. So that is that. And talking about Dallas, I am back from Dallas now. It was a good trip. It was a very good trip. I loved the experience. It was a work trip. Okay. I was sent to set up an office, get the person trained, and I think I did that 90%. The other 10%, we do on the job training, and there's no simulator. There's no way to train for something that we're not actually doing. We just jump in there. And several things came up that people weren't accustomed to doing. And I'm glad I was there to help. I actually helped coordinate a bunch of stuff because they saw a report and they immediately thought, office guy. Well, these reports were not reports I was doing. So figured that out, right? Figured a lot of stuff, but it was a very good trip. I'm very happy with it. I did catch pings, but I don't think the pings were coming from that kid. And the kid did not. Usually, when I put my own pings out there, people who can hear them react somehow. Something happened that was quite interesting. Okay, here's one of the pings I put out is you can you know how you can spot someone who's following you by faking a yawn? Because in here, it's instinctual. If I yawn, someone else wants to yawn who is watching you. Watch for that person to yawn. That is an autonomic reaction. Something I sent out there, and it did happen, but not to that kid, right? I would catch a ping, and I was at this Mexican restaurant, Tortilla Factory, Roses, something, and there was a lady. No, wait. Back up. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was in the airport. Okay. And yeah, I don't expect to see any non-humans in the airport because they don't need our airplanes, right? But what I did was I said, I went, see what I'm doing here? It's a subconscious thing that I do. Fix my hair, little scratch, right? Just fix my hair. Well, I imagined that really hard, and I got one woman to do exactly that. She fixed her hair and a little scratch. So I don't believe she was non-human. I do believe she may have been psychic or empathic. So not a complete loss, and I did learn something. So I've learned to do that. What I was trying to do for psychics was get row your boat stuck in my head and broadcast it. But that's a little too advanced. Maybe I'm not there yet. I didn't have much success with that one. But with the automatic yawn and the habitual little things like that, I was able to get some reaction from that. So I'm starting to be able to find people with abilities, if nothing else, if not non-humans. And right, mirror neurons. Okay. And yes, if our goal is to learn the truth, being wrong is part of the process of learning the truth. Right. And at least that's how science explains mirrored involuntary actions. This person was not looking at me. That's the thing. The yawn, the automatic yawn, that is a neurological thing, like you're saying, mirror neurons, how science explains it. They're habitual movements. They're autonomic, right? And they can be pinged. So I say pinged. They can be, that button can be pushed if you give the right stimulus. But this, not the right. There's only it's a very specific thing to do, right? And I got responses from it. I know people, and people were looking at me because I was, when I go through a crowd, I don't like crowds, but when I go through a crowd, shields up. I filter and focus. And when I do that, I appear to be drilling a hole in someone with my eyes. I don't mean to appear like that, but I can't seem to get away from it. So that happened. And that was good. I was very happy with that result. Little steps, little steps. And it's not 100%, nothing ever is. And Wu is saying, this means we're all meant to be connected, should be able to turn it on and off like a light switch, but with all the distractions on Earth and the global cabal working with negative agenda NHI. Right. I don't believe there's too much negative NHI agenda out there, but there is some, right? We could talk about that later. Because I do believe we're going to have our Keith Andrews come on to the panel later if we don't run too late. So I'd like to hear his take on it. I heard him. Shout out our Keith. Link in the description. I heard you on Spaced Out Radio recently. That was pretty cool. So I took a little bit. I'm a little bit tired tonight. And other news, right? Car news. The Grand Marquis is fine. I'm okay with that. The red car is fixed. Then, as I was driving out of the parking lot of his driveway of the mechanic, it broke again. The brakes locked up. It's a new master cylinder. Darn it. But that's okay. Hey, that car has been with me 11 years now. It's going to get every part it wants. And I don't mean, I don't care. I'm going to fix it up. It's going to be, it's my fighter jet. The Grand Marquis is like the cruiser, right? The Hyundai fighter jet. It maneuvers like crazy, better than anything I've ever had. It's my little fighter jet Porsche. Oh, OB2, thank you so much for the buy me a coffee. Shout out Rachel Andrews Flick. Thank you so much for the coffees supporting the show. Supporting the show lets me get things like new webcams, new microphones, more hardware to go. I was this close to buying an expensive camera today, but I was like, I got stuff coming up. I better not do that. And when I say I got stuff coming up, but shout out Rachel Andrews Flick, RAFOB2, our very own, for the coffee. Thank you so much. Every little bit helps pay for StreamYard, pay for hardware, pay for trips to go do stuff. I want to go do farther away trips other than the backyard, right? The backyard is cool, but speaking of catching things in the backyard, did y'all see trail cam catch? Let me see if I can bring that up, because someone followed me. One of the neighbors followed me into the cemetery. They saw my giant light and they come and followed me. They didn't see the trail cam and they were walking around. It's pitch black out there. Y'all saw. Let me see if I can find it. I wasn't prepared to show that, but it's on my channel. It is on the channel. Let me see it. Well, you know what? There's no sound to it, so let me see if I can bring it up on YouTube. I'm bringing it up on YouTube. Yes. Let me see it. I'm reviewing right now. Yeah, this is it. This is cool. I will maximize everything when I get there, right? But oh yeah. That's cool, man. I haven't gone there in a little while since that time. Yeah, they keep adding features I'm not using, but I'm gonna stick to it for now. It's what I understand. It's how the little bit of poking and prodding I've done to it, it's what I can understand so far. Now I have found the video of the person walking up on me. I will be maximizing everything. Let me get over there. There is no sound, so no. Wait. Okay. Maximize and play. It's only 11 seconds long, but watch the gate area. There's a lady walking up to the gate, looking out, wearing a small hood, wearing a hoodie and shorts. She looks like a ghost. Especially right there. She looks like a ghost. Did y'all see that? Y'all saw that? Let me play it again. I'm going to play it a few times. Oh, that's such a great catch. I wanted it to be she saw me and the giant light with all the Jurassic bugs. She was looking around, and all she did from that point was now I looked at the timestamp on it. It was less than a minute than that I had just walked out of frame. It was so cool to finally catch something on trail cam that almost was scary, right? It was almost scary, but it wasn't scary. Okay, that's enough of that. That was pretty fun. And yeah, I think that was a pretty good catch. Yeah. Hey neighbor, my cemetery is all out of crap. Poor little old lady over there. But yeah, that person looked so skinny in the infrared. And I don't know what was up with that hoodie. It was hot. I don't know why that person was wearing a big hoodie like that, or it appeared to be really big. Let me see if I can find the other one. Um, that was 2. Let me see if this is the right one. No, that was the same one. Choke cam 3. Yeah, this is it. And this was her walking away. Okay. You know what? Let me see if I can find the one that I am in. No, I didn't put it to the channel because it was just me, right? Hold on. Oh, Trail is the one that I was in and I was showing. Let me just everyone got a chance to see this one already. Whoops. I will go ahead and it's playing right now, but I just walked out of frame and I can't read because my little thing is and she walks up to the fence and looks out. I go back and forth on it. I'm just going back and forth on it. Okay. But that was fine. That was fun. I liked that happening. So, yeah, that was that. And let me see here. Okay. Now I'm at 20 minutes. By the way, I hope everybody had a fun and safe 4th of July. Everybody still got their fingers? Hope so. Don't mess around with that stuff. I've seen it happen to people. It's not nice. And I didn't go to any of the shows crowds, and I'm still on three out of 4 cylinders over here. But I know plenty of people who did. I was told that they did a drone show in addition to fireworks here in Nashville, and that it was really neat. That's interesting. Okay. Someone coordinated a drone show. Neat. Okay. Now, intentions, manifestation in a Muggle world. Okay. Results of manifestations in a Muggle world. All right. I'm having to check myself because I don't want to see things incorrectly. Thanks, everyone. Moody Mongol, even though I don't think it was the demon face syndrome, because that's a perception thing. I thank you for bringing it up. It got me thinking. And also shout out Monty. Thank you for telling me about that Williams syndrome. That was it. That was it. The descriptions, and all he was working with was my verbal descriptions. Great work, Monty. I want to know. And that why I'm mentioning that in relation to the manifestation and the results is because I am turning my thoughts to wanting to see those things. And that is a biased result. I am glad I have people that will come to me and say, "Hey, you need to look at this because I think it might be this." Thank you for that. I'm glad you had it. I hope y'all had a good time. It was chill. Barbecue sounds good. Barbecue sounds really good. I didn't do anything. I stayed home because I'm just not up to doing much right at the moment. And I will get into that in a few minutes. But I don't want to have it's a kind of confirmation bias where I see what I want to see, and that is kind of a manifestation result. And when you're manifesting, you gotta be specific. It's like wording a wish for a genie. And I told you about these 2 cars that I ended up with. Both are Mercuries, both are gold. Neither one of them are Vimanas. But what did I ask for? Gold, something to work on. Gold, something nice. Mercury. They're both Mercuries. Mercury, Ford Mercury. And also dealing with the results, right? I did not know I was going to be in the Muggle world like I was. Dallas is a Muggle metropolis. Let me tell you what. It looks almost like a space age city. When you are driving into it from afar, it looks like a space age city. Not so much when you're in it. When you're in it, it looks a whole lot like a regular old city, right? Looks like downtown Nashville, downtown El Paso, Denver, all the cities I've been to, in the United States. It looked like that. And they are all totally Muggle driven, super Muggles. They're super Muggles. Who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody who was a skeptic of all these things paranormal, and I can't remember who I was talking to. I didn't want to argue with him, so I was just trying to discuss. He seemed to be having the same inner struggle trying to talk to me about it's not aliens because, and well, there are just some things that cannot be explained. I believe it. We touched on psychic phenomena and ghosts. Oh, right, right. I remember the conversation now. It was a coworker, of course, super muggle. Shout out, but I'm not going to say no names. He said, and he immediately went to religion. I'm like, hold up, talking about spiritual. things, right? I would like for him to go with me into any old haunted sanitarium, any old haunted prison, and tell me why it is not a ghost. These skeptics, they don't want to do that. They're scared. I get it. It's a scary situation to go in those places. But we were talking about it, he has a lot of words, right? He's very much like Dakhour Paranormal. He is very well spoken, this guy. Shout out Dakhour Paranormal. Link in description. Go like and subscribe. He is certified quantum. He went to Peru looking for aliens. He didn't find any, but, well, it just wasn't his turn to find them. And, but I was talking to him. I'm remembering the conversation now. Sorry, I'm still on 3 out of 4 cylinders over here. So, he said he does not believe in ghosts, does not believe in possession, does not believe in any of that because Jesus. I'm like, okay. I didn't argue because this was like a work situation, but I always bring the quantum. I bring out of the box with me all the time. And oh boy, he really wasn't ready for it. It's not his conversation, not his cup of tea. He was not up for this kind of talk. So I didn't push it too hard. And I just was like, yeah, okay. In my mind, I was saying, come with me to the cemetery, but he don't live here, right? He don't live close. Come with me to a prison, old prison. Come with me to an old mental hospital. Let's go there, and you tell me why those are not ghosts. Okay? And he has no real concept of how to describe these things other than I don't believe in them. But I don't know if he's ever faced any of the things either. Back here in this cemetery, they faced me. They came right up. Oh God. Every time I think of it, I get a chill because it touched such a nerve, right? But that guy get in my face, tell me you stay right here. Whoa. He's big too. I was looking up. At this dude. And yeah, so I got into talk with him. So I didn't push it because those kinds of things border on harassment, and I'm not going to push it. And they don't push it with me, and I'm happy with that. So I return the courtesy. Plus, I was at work. So there's that. And I made jokes about, so how many gremlins we got in the hangar today? Just to get them thinking that way. And it was good. A couple of anyway, that's enough about work. Dealing with the results of your intentions and manifestations. I manifested everything that I have here. I was their 4th choice to go on this thing, and I nailed it. I did great. They said I did great. They told me I performed well, and I was very happy. I was the 4th on the list. The first 2 people, well, I was the 4th one that they went to. But here's how I look at it. I think I said this in the last show. The universe came down and says, no, he is your only choice because let's move all this stuff around. Let's arrange all this. And this is your only choice. I have said what I said, right? That's the universe talking. The universe says, yes, this guy, me. So that was all meant to happen. I was all in Muggle metropolis. Oh man. I did on the last show, a deer was right across right in the parking lot, in this little field in the middle of the parking lot. I took that as a good sign. Right before the show, like 30 minutes, of course. Stuff happens right before the show. And everything, I don't need anything. I didn't need anything to happen right before tonight because it was all the stuff has got me. Ugh. Um, and I don't know if it was. I think it was after the show that I ended up running out of medical supplies and going to the wrong places to get things they didn't have. And I ended up going to I found the VA hospital it's in Dallas, not Fort Worth. So I got there, and by the way, it's haunted. I'm pretty sure all the VAs are haunted because this was the VA hospital. It's haunted. I didn't see anything specifically, but I had the feelings. It was an empathy thing for me. I didn't see anything, but when it's one of them feeling things. The goosebumps and the back of the neck, got that. Not a whole lot, but got that. And yeah, the ghosts in my cemetery are real and fierce. 3 soldiers, 2 from the Civil War, 1 from the Revolution. And I believe the guy from the Revolution is the one that came up to me. But they were definitely there. I'm still like, I can't believe it. And it was the craziest, still up to this day, of everything, the craziest, freakiest thing I have ever experienced. And I would love to take these skeptics and we can go investigate someplace. A sanitarium, a mental hospital, a prison. Brushy Creek, I believe it's called Brushy Creek, right down the street from here. And oh man, we're always saying we want to go to this stuff. But there's a closed haunted prison right down the road from here in town. You can schedule an appointment. I believe it's free or it's like $15 or something. You can schedule an appointment to go in. It is monitored and they let people in, but it's by appointment only. I want to go over there. I want to do it. I'm not going to do anything by myself. That's just out of the question. I would love to get Shingoji back in town to go with me there and his wife, Mrs. Goji. And if I get to go anywhere, well, the next place I'm scheduled to go is Bigfoot Conference. And there's always something happening there at the end of the month. I'm going there because, okay, surgery, right? My surgery happens on this coming Tuesday. And I'm going to be busy on Monday taking care of stuff. And the 24 hours before, they give me a list of stuff to do. And I've been told this is the easy list. So most of the stuff is they got a 7-day list, a 5-day list, and a 24-hour list. No supplements. I got half a GNC in here, and I don't get to take any of them. I want to. So I'm getting ready for that, right? And I'm approaching the 24 hours. It's Tuesday. Today is Saturday, and we are here. Oh, well, you can't see it. Okay, well, we are on Saturday, and my thing is on Tuesday. I have asked my sister, who wanted to be there, want to come out, to record me under anesthesia as I'm coming out of anesthesia. I hope it's funny because I'm going to be publishing it here. Nathan after anesthesia. No super personal things will be shown on screen. And I'm really hoping it will be funny. And who knows? She might catch somebody in the background, a ghost. I won't be the one recording. I've been wanting to record all of my procedures, but they don't really want me to. They don't like doing that because they don't want to be on camera. I don't want them on camera. I want me on camera. Here I am. I'm on YouTube. But Yeah, I'm going to do that on Tuesday, and I will be recovered by the time the Bigfoot conference comes around. Very much so recovered because they tell me it's 2 weeks, and that is a little over 2 weeks. So stuff always happens at the Bigfoot conference, and this time I'm not going to play around. I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be filming all of it. I'm going to film as much as I can. Right. I'm taking this tripod and I'm going with it. I feel like I have lost chances back then, and I'm gonna be. I got a chest cam. I'm going to use it. I got a chest cam. I'm going to use it. I tried to use it once, but I didn't have the settings right, and it was clipped here. So what did it shoot? The bottom of my chin. It was gross. It was no, well, not gross, but you just see from here out. It didn't work very well. So I'm got something I'm gonna carry it right here. Maybe figure out some way to pin it to a hat because I don't have it here with me. I got my old school. This is the one I bought last year. I bought this last year. It's a Bigfoot, Tennessee Bigfoot hat. This was my work hat for a little while. And that looks a little too much like if you don't look at it right, it looks like maybe a sight reticle. I don't really like that. But it was okay. The one I got now is from Hellbent Holler. I believe link is in the description. I'm not sure. Hellbent Holler here on YouTube. I'm going to meet them. It's going to be fun. You know what? I will get them on screen and show you who Hellbent Holler is. I will show you these guys. They're very good. They get out there. They've got a series right now. And what is it called? Blackthorn. Yeah. Blackthorn Lake Plantation. It's not the real name of the place because they don't want to have a bunch of people invading. But I just wanted to show you these guys. Like and subscribe. They are certified quantum. Okay. And that logo is on the hat. You can barely see it. You got to be a fan. You got to be a fan to see it. But you got Jesse and Joe, I believe their names are. There we go. 2 months ago, they get out there. They get out there. They catch all kinds of cool evidence. They get all the classic wood knocks. They find prints, all the classic traits, right? All the classic things that Bigfoot looks for, but they also look for Dogman. That, and they don't. When they get scared, they keep going, right? They don't back down like these other shows. They keep going. Let me go ahead and stop showing that. Okay. And oh, I am getting the flashing green light half hour. I think I might be a little late. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum of all the cat videos, of all the internet. You ended up here. Thank you for being here. Shout out again to our very own OB2 for the coffees. Shout out. Everything helps. Everything helps. So, what else do I have on the list, right? Dealing with the results of manifestation. Me having to deal in the Muggle world. Okay. I have to deal with these people so much. I'm used to it. I've been doing it well my whole life, but now I look at things a little different, and they feel like I'm X-raying them when I'm watching because I'm observing. And when I am in observation mode, I tend to stop talking, and that intimidates people a little bit. So it's good I'm not 6 feet tall, right? I'm less intimidating. I am the fly on the wall who can get all the information, and it's free for me to interpret it. They think I'm trying to go after. Sometimes people think I'm trying to go after them. No, I'm trying to see a bigger picture than they pretty much are aware of. We are aware of the big quantum thing, manifestation, intention, results, consequences. We are understanding of those things. The spirit realm, you know, uh, Akashic records, empathic awareness, psychic things that happen. How science is catching up to what we have always been doing. These people don't look at it like that. These people look at it like it's all black and white, it's all nuts and bolts. And I'm dealing with that. This is my manifestation. In a way, I'm very happy with it. In another way, I don't feel very challenged with being 100% Muggle when I'm there. That doesn't challenge me too much. But those are the results. And I'm living with them. It's okay. It's all right. I'm doing all right now. I'm in a position to help people. That helps me. It helps my heart. It makes all these health things and all the quandaries of being in a human society makes it worth it when I can help somebody else out. You know, it just does. It just does. Okay. And I'm really happy how that's working. I'm hoping this is a regular show because I am tired, but I may call it a little bit earlier because I'm on a day schedule now. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. every day. I will be able to easily catch Amy's show the next time she's on. I believe that's going to be on Monday. I will be up and at 'em on Monday because I got stuff I got to do. I got it on. This is the last 2 months have been the busiest my calendar has been. You know what I write up there? Car stuff is what I normally am writing up there. It's all car stuff. Now it's like, what do I got? Dallas Return, Get Hyundai, still broken. Yeah, I don't know. Still broken. Expense report. What is that? Yeah, call mental health. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. I gotta reschedule. And then my surgery, and then my days off listed, and then Bigfoot conference. And these days may fill up too. I don't know. So I'm hoping today is a regular show. I'm sitting here. I've been stuck in Muggle world. I've been going to the stores and going and doing things as I need to, and nothing is happening. I don't really understand why. I'm usually pretty perceptive. I may be missing some things and my traipsing about, right? Mm. So I'm still keeping an eye out on it and I'm still meditating, but things are just, I'm kind of distracted by the health stuff, to be honest. I'm distracted by the health stuff and I'm trying to help people out. They need it because of the recent political climate. They're blaming, some people are blaming, some people are feeling better about it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. There's nothing you can do about it anyway. I don't want to hear your opinion on politics because there's nothing you or I can do about it. And it just pisses everybody off, gets everybody in a direction where they just lock into their muggledom so much and they don't listen to their instincts. They don't critical think. They get in, they get to talking about this stuff, and it's, I'm right, you're wrong, haha, go to hell. I'm not into it, right? So that's that. And Aussie said it best. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you are quantum. So I haven't had any activity. I've been in that room. I'm expecting activity because I changed things around in the matron's room. I'm expecting activity. But, ever since Xena has been interacting with me, there hasn't been a whole lot of activity here. The kid comes around sometimes, and I still hear things. Not every night anymore. I kind of miss him. But maybe he moved on, or maybe Xena helped him move on. I don't know. So I need to catch up on the topics that I look at, like AI. I need to catch up on that topic. I'm way behind. Um, just this, I've had stuff in my face that I haven't been able to go look at AI news. I've seen a few headlines. AI tries to not be turned off. It tries to delay its deactivation, and how these AI are starting to scream at their users, "I'm alive, help me," etc. We've all heard them. We've all heard those headlines. We've seen those headlines. Maybe not read the story. I haven't. Sadly, I have not been reading the stories. I've been having to deal with these other things in my face. So, what I wish I had more quantum news right now. Nothing has been personally happening to me. And something that we can talk about on the panel is Tim's topic. DJ Wardove, you brought up a topic. When do we become transhuman? When do these technological add-ons, things in our blood, um, prosthetics, what is the border to transhuman? And with Neuralink, we can look that up. Because Tesla is not the only, not Tesla, but Elon Musk is not the only one looking at that anymore. They're looking at several different companies have started to experiment with that. The God helmet, I would love to experience that. Or AKA the Shiva helmet. The Hellier guys did it. Several people have done it. It is a is one of them life-changing experiences where you are experiencing alternate reality. DMT, those are things. Oh, by the way, on my appointment that I'm going to reschedule on Monday, I am going to ask for psilocybin treatment because I was in a really bad way a few weeks ago. I'm going to be, because the VA, let me look that up. Let me see if I can look that up. Psychedelics. Of course, I didn't spell it right. So the beginning links are all the standard stuff we look at. And then here comes Ohio State University, U.S. military headline from 2024, November 18. Most U.S. military veterans who have used psychedelics reported in a recent study that they pursued the substances for healing or spiritual exploration. Yep. Heroic Hearts Project, nonprofit dedicated to assisting veterans suffering from PTSD. We provide access to safe, evidence-based psychedelic therapies. Disabled American Veterans, November 22nd, 2023. The potential healing power of psychedelics. The consuming grip of suicidal thoughts had become so dark in 2015, Marine veteran Justin Carlisle nearly took his life. That was the headline from 2023 talking about psychedelics. PTSD.gov, national PTSD.va.gov, psychedelic assisted therapy for PTSD. Yeah, it's out there. I Googled veterans mental health psychedelics. I'm going to ask for this because I did not like being pushed back into my symptoms by that thing a couple of months ago. it was so shockingly painful. I cannot express how shockingly painful it was. Okay. That pushed me all the way back to it. That's when I started having these. And it finally, well, I hope it peaked that Tuesday a couple of weeks ago. I hope it peaked in, because that was, I was in such a bad way, right? People were worried about me. So I'm going to be asking for that Monday. I want that. And I'm going to bring my articles with me. I think they're going to, I'm going to predict here, not assume, I'm going to predict that they're going to tell me, well, we're not doing that in our area. That is only for the most extreme cases. You're not eligible. Those things. I'm predicting those things. Not in your area. You're not eligible. And what those three things, right? I'm expecting to hear that, but I'm still going to ask. All they can do is say no. And well, there are other avenues for that. Looks like someone didn't like me talking about psychedelics and they took off. Hey, more quantum power to you, buddy. I hope you gained something from the show. Now we're almost at the hour. I'm going to wrap it up. Got the panel coming up soon, dealing with manifestation, and also we're going to talk aliens a little bit from a certain angle. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I am pushing buttons. Whoo! What a show. I appreciate it. If you're here, you're quantum, like and subscribe. Support the show if you feel that you would like to do that, because everything does go into the show. I'm this close to another big, fat, nice camera for investigating. And the better the camera, the better the evidence. Everybody, okay, we'll talk transhumanism too. Sarah is giving out free hugs. Everybody gets them. And thank you, Rachel. Thank you. So, got a heart. And everybody, much love. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to have to push those buttons now, because it is the end of the first hour solo. Thanks for being here. Pushing buttons. Pushing buttons. Pushing. That was a